Okay, just tell me when you're done, and Righteous stick is this room as well, so he will hear everything you say and communicate with him. There we go. The restream has been switched. Oh, got a donation as well, I see. Come on, play any. Oh yeah, you had a skin that I liked. Incentive as well, Bid War.
Right.
You're gonna use the miracles. You're gonna use the miracle skin.
Okay, got it.
I will probably sit around here. When we start, I will just have a short introduction about telling about the donation, and then you can get away after that.
Start whenever. Okay, hold on. Okay, we should be good. Okay, I'm ready, Raichu. We have a slight issue.
Slight issue.
Okay.
That doesn't. How do you think you will do on time then? Underestimate or...
1 second. Most likely I'll be underestimate unless something really terrible happened.
Sounds good. So we're running quite a lot late, yeah, because we gave previous runner a chance to restart just because there was too many technical difficulties.
Right.
So yeah, probably. Slow seems to be taking over from me now, but I would still want to talk to him.
Okay.
Seems to be a bit busy. Let's see if we should start outside. damn it, slower. What the hell are you doing?
Oh god.
Hello there.
Jesus Christ, I'm so
What
sorry.
have you-
I had to finish my my appointment.
So you've been doing the last minutes when you're visiting at home. Was your appointment at home? Anyways, that doesn't matter. You also have the mic and audio on in the intermission, by the way.
Thanks. Okay, we're live. Alright, how's it going, guys? We're going to be doing Blasphemous, All Bosses. This is a Metroidvania that came out about 6 months ago or so. The donation incentive was for the skins, and I believe Son of the Miracle won. You get that skin by beating the game and getting the true ending. Anyway, we're about to start here. We'll do time in 3, 2, 1, go. So right away we're going to be mashing our butt off to skip cutscenes. Even though we mashed to skip, we still have to sit here for about 45 seconds. I'll try to explain what this game is about. Basically, there is a supernatural event they call the miracle that started transforming people. Some people got blessed, other people got cursed. Our character, for example, lost his voice. We're in a temple full of people that lost their voices, and they're also naked. I don't know why they're naked.
You mind if I come in here just real quick? Donation?
Go for it.
Okay, so we have a $1 from Anonymous. Says Pokemon player name to be Gun S. Thank you so much for the $1. We'll go ahead and get back to the run.
Alright.
Back to your explanations.
So, there's not much to say right now. We have a dash right from the start of the game. That's a shrine that you can heal at. It's sort of like a Dark Souls bonfire. If you die, that's where you return. And this is the first boss. We're going to be doing something here called up/canceling. Alright, that's not how you're supposed to play this game. But it's faster, so that's why we do it. Skip more some cutscenes here. Alright, so there's not a whole lot to explain as we're going to the next area. some stuff here or there. Mash your butt off. Alright, we're going to swamp. I don't know exactly why these people are trying to kill you, but from what I gleaned from the lore, it's because their wagons broke down before they could reach the room with all the naked people. So they're pretty turned up. That was the first spell that we get in the game. We won't be seeing it used until pretty far in. There's a cooldown on the dash right now. So we can only dash every so often. You might have noticed that attacking enemies mid-air gives you a slight boost. That's a specific mechanic called Air Impulse. You trigger it yourself by holding down while attacking.
There is no answer to our plea. The miracle has forsaken us, and my ornate throne turns its back on those who await here.
Every so often that guy likes to vlog on you. You can't skip those cutscenes. Okay, so this is the first time you're going to see, well, maybe you won't see it. That was a stagger cancel. That was a hard landing. You can cancel a hard landing if you time a dash with very specific timing. I don't know what the timing is. I get them every so often, sometimes when I don't want them. That shrine we stopped at was a Mea Culpa shrine. That's where you spend your experience points to learn new skills. But also, even activating them gives you a base upgrade to your attack power. So even if you're not spending any points, it's still worth it to seek them out. When we drop down here, we have to wait for another enemy to Kool-Aid Man through the wall. I stand still because for some reason his AI can get confused if you move around and he won't break through the wall. Watch out for these guys. They're naked. This is the second boss. She's sort of optional. She doesn't get to do anything. If you die to her, you don't get to fight her again until later. Alright, so once you pull that switch, you have a certain amount of time to reach the next platform. We watch for it here. We jump up as soon as we see it start moving to the right, because we want to bait out that enemy to throw his blade. That way he won't throw it at us when we're up on top of this platform. Okay, once you get in here, it's a race against time, because you can make a quicker platform cycle if you go fast enough. We should be right on time here. Okay, got it. Now it's a good time to mention, if you get hit when you're on these walls, you fall all the way down. You can't grab back on. And if you're not at the top of that ledge, when those bell enemies smash against the wall, it'll knock you off the wall too. Yeah, these spikes here are insta-death. Some spikes aren't. Most of them are. Let's see, what else can we talk about? It's always better to get hit mid-air, because if you get hit mid-air, it doesn't cause knockback on most attacks. Some attacks still do. This is your first Bile Vial. You can use these vials to upgrade the amount of potions you have. The potion system is very similar to Dark Souls. So you only have a certain number of uses before you can't use anymore until the next shrine. This is where we upgrade. It takes a Bile Vial and a small bit of the currency in this game. Whoops. Oh, okay, come on. Screwing up in this room wastes quite a bit of time because you have to wait for that bell to come back to be able to break the switch. So I should mention the slash canceling that I'm doing. You'll see the 3 buttons, the large buttons on the input viewer at the bottom of the screen. Those are actually buttons I have on the keyboard. So I'm playing with a controller and a keyboard at the same time. When I do the slash canceling, I'm taking my hand off the controller to use those buttons. We pulled that switch because it is a trigger for a side quest that we'll complete soon. It's very important to do that side quest because it makes it so we can get through the game a lot faster. Let me take a quick heal here. That was called a ledge heal. Normally if you heal, it's a pretty elaborate animation that takes 2 to 3 seconds or so. But if you heal just as you're running off a ledge, it interrupts the animation. And you still get the heal. So we saved and went, or we didn't save, we just returned to the main menu, and it teleports you back to the last shrine that you visited. So you can use that, oops, not supposed to get hit there. You can use that in a couple places to save time. Getting hit there, you can see how large the knockback is, and it wastes a lot of time. Okay, this is the item we wanted. It's the 4th toe made of limestone. When you have this item equipped, it allows you to cancel your dashes. And you can cancel dashes. As you can see here. It's a lot faster. Okay, we're on to the next area. I'm gonna make a safety save here. It's more so just so I have enough heals to get through. Because I take a lot of intentional damage to save time through this area. These ghosts here are the reason that we're playing on the patch that we're playing on. We're playing on a later patch. It's 1.0.9. The reason we play on this patch is because those enemies that I just killed for this patch, and they had about 5 seconds of invincibility when they spawned. So you kind of just had to sit there. When these ghosts spawn, you hit them once before they actually spawn for some reason. We got a bad pattern, so we didn't get both kills at the same time. I guess now I should also mention there's a parry mechanic in this game. We don't use it that often. You can dash through probably 95% of the enemies in this game. Make another save here, because we're not trying to die up in this marathon. Okay, this is the first major boss we're going to be fighting. This is Trace Angustias. It's a pretty RNG intensive fight. Whoops. Okay, that was a decent pattern. Jinxed myself. I mean, that was a good pattern. The things you don't want her to do, she can transform into a single enemy, which wastes time because we're not able to do damage to all three of them at the same time as she transforms. And she can also line up vertically on either the left or right wall. And then you can only hit one of them, and that wastes time too. Alright, so this is the first main key item that we get. We need 3 of them to be able to progress to the next area. At this point, I have no idea what's happening in this game, lore-wise. In the next room to the right, we're going to see our first health shrine. It's where you get your health upgrades. There's an exploit on this first one. Nope, missed it. Or if you time it right, you can activate the shrine before the cutscene starts. So you'll get a health upgrade from that, and then it'll give you another one after the cutscene ends. It's the only one that you can do that on. And I missed it, so I'm going to have less health than normal. Normal in a speed run, anyway. Since this is a Metroidvania, the world is pretty interconnected. I could have... Well, I did come this way, actually, when I first went to the other area. But you don't have to go this way. You can go 2 other directions, too. So it's fairly open world. You can see how much faster the dashing is with that item equipped. Okay, these enemies here you can actually not dash through, so we just jump over them. Those spikes are insta-death. There's also pitfalls here that are insta-death. One interesting thing to note is even though this is a Metroidvania, you actually don't need any special items to be able to beat the game. So, for example, if you played a Metroidvania and it had a double jump or something like that, you actually don't need any of those items to beat this game. Take a second there. Those are pitfalls. Sometimes you can get bad RNG with that enemy down there, spawning closer to the ledge. And so if he spawns on that ledge, you'll take damage as soon as you climb up, which will prevent you from being able to grab onto anything. So it's just bad luck, waste time. But he wasn't there that time. This area introduces a different mechanic where there's wind. So you can jump further in whatever direction it's blowing in. Oh, that was the magic, by the way. That's the first time we see it during the run. There are different spells in the game. We only end up in 2 of them, but we only really end up using this one. We can't climb on the walls until those wall enemies are destroyed, which is why we use the magic, because it's much faster than attacking with your sword. Oops. Okay, we still got it. If you do it like that, you can save yourself 1 cycle of the wind here. And if you're fast enough, you can get all the way up without having to wait for it at all. You really want to kill those ghosts because they charge you on these walls, and if you get hit, you fall all the way down. Alright. This is a sneak peek at a future boss. These enemies are donkers. You gotta be really careful. Those golden jars that they swing around have a constant hitbox around them. So even if you just step onto them, you'll take damage. Oops. I'm not supposed to get hit by that thing. We can damage these guys from below, but we can't damage the woman pulling the lava. Switch. Ledge heal, ledge heal. Okay, we should be good, even though we have such little health, assuming nothing terrible happens. Something like this is not ideal, but we made it work. I think I did a ledge grab there that I wasn't supposed to. This game is notorious for having magnetic ledge grabs. And you tend to get them when you really don't want them. Alright, you have to be really careful there, because if you get hit by the lava, you fall all the way down. And we're at the next boss. This boss is probably the most RNG heavy boss fight of the speedrun. The start of the fight is always the same. So we're going to damage her until about half HP. And that's where the RNG kicks in. Well, we actually got a good pattern there. But I kind of screwed it up a bit. That's what you want her to do on the very first attack. Okay. That was a decent fight. Could have been better. Could have been a lot worse. Now we get our second Holy Wound out of 3. Stream choppy? Looks fine on my end, but I'm not listening to audio. It's because of the weather. Okay, we're actually going to buy some upgrades here. We're going to buy a 4-hit combo and a thrust slash. And we have to do a bit of backtracking here to get to the next area. I healed as I got hit by the lava. For some reason, you can still move after that happens. Hey Muckworm and Zonshin and Jack and Juggernaut, thanks for showing up. Okay, since we're on a marathon, I'm going to take the extra health upgrade here. It loses about 15 seconds. This is how much health we would normally have if we got the exploit at the first shrine. That's another example of air impulse. It just gives you a little bit of height when you hit enemies with it. Okay, gotta be careful here. There's insta-death pits down there, sure where they are. You know, because I'm so good at the game, I'd never fall into them. As we fall down here, we're wanting to fall on top of the enemy, because it allows us to dash through them, which you normally can't do that. And we are to the next area. And we get another sneak peek at the upcoming boss. Bonk. Bonk. This area is pretty fun to speedrun through. In fact, the developers seen the speedrunners get through it so quickly that they decided to patch it out, or patch it, in a later patch to make it more difficult. Getting a stagger cancel there is very beneficial, because it allows you to get through that area without having to deal with the spikes at all. Alright, and we are to the next boss. This boss's name is Tin Piedad. It means have mercy. Lore behind this guy is, it was a man that was having visions of the miracle, and he fell asleep in that statue's arms and woke up as this monster. Oh, I should also mention that using magic, or at least some magic, actually gives you invulnerability. Not every spell does. The spell you get at the very beginning of the game and the one you get after the next boss give you invincibility. There's probably some more, but it's been so long since I played casually I can't remember any of them. Speedrun tip, don't forget to skip this cutscene. And we are backtracking again. There are some shortcuts in this area though, but it does make it go a little bit faster. One thing that you probably won't notice, except if you're told, is for some reason, if you mash dash as you enter an area, sometimes the dash will only go a short distance. So you might see, if you have a keen eye, that I'm waiting to dash when I enter rooms, just because you get a little bit extra distance. Sometimes the distance is removed so much, or reduced so much, that you actually don't move at all. Okay, we have one short section, and then we're to the next boss fight. The next boss fight is, or can be, a bit of a problem, because it's one of the few bosses that actually has iframes, and he has quite a few iframes, so much so that he can only really be damaged after he does attacks. Very good fight so far. Okay. Ooh. Oh. We're about to push him into phase 2. When he goes into phase 2, he starts doing shockwaves with his attacks. He doesn't always go into it. It's just, there he goes. Okay. Once you get into 3 bars of health, it goes into phase 3. Bait this out, because we want to do magic, go invincible, and then finish him off. Alright, that's a good fight. Hey Ray. Thanks for showing up, homie. This is the second spell that we get, and that's the last spell we get in this run. There are some bosses that you can use it on, but I don't typically switch to it unless it's absolutely necessary.
I feel my blood turning into black sap, and my aged skin into reddish bark.
I believe, I'm not certain, but I believe that guy that's talking was the catalyst for the miracle. He was, I might be wrong about this, but he was the High Pontiff of the church, and he got transformed into, and then he caught on fire and burned for 90 days straight. Ooh, barely made that. That is a significant time save. It collapses like that floor just did. And if it collapses, then it takes about 15 plus seconds to get back up. So that strat that I just did, where I air impulsed off the enemy to glide across, was discovered, I believe, by LIW0. At least that's the only person I've seen do it. So I stole that strat from him. There's also another strat that you can do that, as far as I know, Aldriel discovered, where you jump on the collapsible floor, but you jump again. It's probably frame perfect. Jump again before the floor collapses. I've never been able to do it that way. Alright, coming up is the library, which I think most people consider to be one of the hardest areas of the game. In a speedrun, it's very hard too. These ghosts really hate it if you step on their books. But I mean, it's a speedrun. What are we gonna do? Also, the library has book ninjas, which is one of the reasons that this place is so difficult. They throw books like boomerangs, and they're sometimes very difficult to avoid. You do have some options. You can, I believe you can dash under them, you can hit them back, you can parry them. Oh, and also you can't dash through these ghosts. And you can be damaged while operating switches. Use the good old magic iframes for this. We want to slide down this ladder because if you just fall down, you're more than likely going to be hit by the books. See, getting hit by the books is bad. Also, the ghosts are bad. Ledge heal, ledge heal. It's a good thing this is a marathon because this is getting a little hairy. Normally I wouldn't do that for those guys, but I really don't want to die here, so. That's another form of slash canceling, where you just cancel neutral attacks rather than up slashes. The difference is up slashes can be canceled instantly, and they also come out pretty much instantly. Okay, the fucking... Ooh, sorry, that's the wrong word. The book. We're gonna grab a health upgrade here. No cursing, but boobs. We're almost through this area. I'm going to save here just because there are some insta-death sections. I'd rather not have to go all the way back. So these enemies cannot be dashed through. But they are 100% consistent. They always do the same thing. These spikes will kill you instantly if you land on them. These enemies here, not these golden ones, but these guys here, can be a pain in the butt. They have wonky hitboxes, and you actually can't jump over them, so you have to kill them. There is a invisible barrier that extends above them, so even if you had the height, you still wouldn't be able to get above them. Sorry, Sloa. Okay, this is the next boss. This is Exposito. This boss makes no sense, but luckily since up/canceling was discovered, we don't really have to deal with it anymore. Also, if you might have seen the circle that it put below me. If you're still standing in that circle, when it closes, it'll kill you instantly. Fun fact. The baby will pick you up and it will tear your limbs apart. It's pretty violent. Alright, another Mea Culpa Shrine. So even though we're not buying anything, we still get a boost to our attack power just for finding it. And this is the first key item in this section of the game that we need. We need 3 masks to be able to go to the final area of the game. And if anybody's on the fence, considering grabbing this game and trying it out, I would encourage you to, even though I'm showing you the speedrun, because the speedrun really does not show the majority of the game. If you're exploring yourself, the game is... the game has much more to offer than just what I'm showing you in the speedrun. Bonk. Okay, in this room, I do 7 dashes, and then wait, because that thing will hit you, and it will take probably half of your HP bar. We have a 1 chance trick to pull off here. We got it. If you mess that up, you have to have a backup strat, and you have to climb up. That woman there is sort of like an NPC companion. You can ask her to help you during certain boss fights. She's not very helpful though. She'll heal you if your health gets really low, but it takes so long, and it gets cancelled if you heal yourself, so not a big deal. We're going to grab the charge attacks, another thrust attack upgrade, and a ranged attack. Alright, next boss. This is Melchiades. It's a corpse being puppeteered by a bunch of hands. You don't want it to reach the left side or the right side of the screen. Because if there are arms, they can go past the barrier of the screen and then you cannot hit them. What's the lore behind that guy? He was a pope that was exhumed, and they, I don't know, put jewels on him. I hope that explained it. We have another vlog coming up.
I see everything from the highest point of the tried tree in which the
So anyway, this guy turned into a tree. He burned and he left a mountain of ash with a throne on the top of it. And everybody that tried to reach the throne got swallowed by the ash and then got transformed into a monster. So I assume these bosses you're fighting are like the head honchos that tried to take over the throne. And this is where we use the masks. We picked up another one, by the way. I didn't point that out. Every mask you give the statue here, it allows you to go up one more level in the elevator. We pretty much don't explore any of this area. It pretty much just gets skipped. So we're going to go up here, access a save shrine, and we're going to use this save shrine to execute a pretty significant time-saving trick. But we won't see that for another short bit of time here. Did anyone else clinch there? I don't know if it's ever explicitly said whether or not the people that went inside the ash turned into the bosses. I think just in general, anybody that did was transformed. Oh, this guy is being snarky. He made sure to backdash into the far side of the room. Alright, so now we're in the prison. This place is fairly maze-like. And this game doesn't really show all of the different rooms here, if I'm correct, on the map. So routing this place was pretty fun. Also, hidden wall out of nowhere. Okay, we have a trick coming up here. It is a one-try trick. If I screw it up, then we lose a lot of time. We got it. Something so insignificant. That saves probably 15 to 20 seconds. Okay, this is the other key we need to get through this area. Oops, wrong way. You need to try to be a bit careful here because you have to get through this entire area and the previous area with the health and the healing that you have. You cannot save here without ruining the trick that saves a lot of time. We'll make sure to send the elevator back down, because after this we're going to appear at the bottom floor again, and we don't want to have to wait for the elevator. So the thrust dash, the base upgrade of the thrust dash, does about 3 sword slashes worth of damage, which is pretty strong actually. So you can use it to kill most enemies in one attack. Hey, eat it up. Thanks, homie. Alright, we're almost to the boss. Boss's name is Kirsay. He was burned at a stake, and his punishment was he was to be constantly resurrected. So he's like a phoenix. Him going on the ceiling is probably the most time-wasting thing he can do. Alright. Lost a bit of time there. We had... I wouldn't say it was a bad pattern, but you can get a really good pattern. And that wasn't it. If he lands on you with those teleport smashes, when he's in phase 2, you can tell it's phase 2 because... Oops, we don't need to go in there. That's for the true ending. You can tell it's phase 2 because his teleport slams start casting 5 pillars of fire instead of just 1. And if he hits you with one of those, then he basically combos you with all the teleport slams until either it kills you or he does 5 of them. So you really do not want to get hit by those teleport slams. Anybody notice I've got the key? Guess we'll find out. Yep. Okay, so this takes us back to the convent of Our Lady of the Charred Visage. We've already been here, but we weren't able to access this area. We're at an upper level. And to the left is another health upgrade shrine, but we're not going to take it because we most likely won't need it. What we're after is the mask that's up here. And this is why you don't want to save in that area. Whoops. Because you can come all here. And that saves, I think, probably 2 to 3 minutes. I don't need to save. We save there, we'll be okay. Alright, and right away we're at the next boss. This is Chrysanta, or Chrysanta. She is sort of like you. She's a part of a different order. In her order, though, they lost their sight instead of their voice. And she's similar to Estrus, who is the other humanoid fight, where she has iframes. Okay, we're already in phase 2. That was a very good phase 1. So I position myself here to the right of the center of the screen because when she finishes her dash attack phase, she will always appear straight to the left of me, as long as I'm positioned right. If I'm too far to the left, then she'll teleport to the right, too far away for me to hit her. You can block these attacks, but I don't actually know if it's faster or not. Alright. That was actually a gold split by 11 seconds. Well, maybe not by 11 seconds, but I saved 11 seconds on that split. Oh, I mean, we might as well, right? Hit her with the donker. Alright, and upcoming is the final boss. This is, I believe his name is Escobar. There is like an AI manipulation where you can lock his AI here. I don't know how to get it consistently, but we're going to try. Okay, I did not get it, but oh well. Is the final boss the fellow who asked for the miracle? No, I believe the final boss is the first person it affected. I think a child asked for it, and the child got turned into a tree. Don't ask me. Alright, this is the final boss. It is RNG hell. You need good RNG for the platforms, and you need good RNG for the spells that it casts. So far, so good. Come on, finish him. Got him. That was a really good fight. Peace out, homie. Alright, then we just have to finish the little story bit at the end, and we'll hit time here. This is the Mound of Ash that I mentioned previously. Everybody that goes into it comes out a monster. Whoops, wrong button. Alright, get ready on time. And time. That was a very good run, actually.
The mountain of ashes that swallowed up sins and sinners alike has had no mercy on you either. At the mercy
51 on the dot. Yep, that's what I got too.
at the mercy of the miracle you remain.
The record is about 1:10 faster than that, which I just got the other day.
Without a voice, without countenance. Your penitence is over.
Alright, that's that. The credits are very long, because they have all the Kickstarter backers in them. Okay, well, that's about it. Get a little stinger at the end. The stinger is different if you get the true ending, too. That's your sword. That's the mea culpa. And that is Blasphemous, all bosses. Alright, guys. Damn. Thanks for, to all my homies that showed up in chat. God damn, man. Oops. Not supposed to say that either. This is a Christian stream. my bad. Well, that's going to do it for me. According to the schedule, upcoming is Pokemon Sword and Shield. That looks like a doozy. And I have another run coming up on the 15th, which is Valfaris. It's like a Contra type game. It's pretty sick. But that's going to do it for me. Thanks for watching, guys. Slow it. Turn it off. Turn it off. Oh yeah, I'm also commentating Bloodstained. I should probably watch that speedrun.
All right, guys. GG. Up next here we have Head Bob doing Pokemon Sword and Shield, which currently we technically, oh no, we have $1 on Shield, so it looks like we are actually going to be doing Pokemon Shield. So at some point someone put $1 on Shield. Thank you for that $1. So we will be doing Pokemon Shield. But just give us a few minutes, listen to music. I do want to remind everybody that we are currently about, once again, we're at this awkward spot where we're like, do the math, $39. Okay, I was like, I can do the math correctly. $39 from 200. See, you know, if we can make 200, if we can make $100 each day, we will make this goal by the end of the marathon. Obviously, I would love to see that get this you know, instead of get blown out the water. But hey, you know, even if we make the goal, that's fine. I'm happy with that too. But with that, we'll listen to some music and we'll get the next game out for you. Alright, so we got $5 from Juggernaut Pants. This is $5 for an incentive towards Pokemon Sword. Actually, it's going to be Shield, but if possible, a name of Ash. Oh, he's going to put $250 for each. I will ask the runner if he's okay with... So $250 to name Ash, and $250 to change it to Sword. Okay. But I feel like it's not too late yet. I hope not, at least. But I will make sure with the runners. But thank you so much for the $5 donation.